Alright, we are back on the farm and we're going to check out how everything's going up here. Got a bunch of our scopulocolas there. So right here is very interesting because I have no idea what all of this is going to look like when it gets older. I find the seedling to adult stage is always the most intriguing. Like this one, for example. Just starting to get some characteristics going. And I'm quite liking it. Got this guy. Those T-A-Q, Taquiriensis, I think, or Taquimbalensis. One of those. Got a bit of variegation there. That, I think, is a lance open pollination. Not because that looks like a lance, but these guys do. Those look like some of the seedlings that I've been dealing with. And it is. That is a crazy difference. I mean, it could have been a seed mix-up, but those are definitely similar. Back one's pretty similar. That one's a little different. Might be a cross with a bridge. Lance, I think, is Cordobensis, kind of like Scopulocola. And that's looking like it might have been mixed with Bridgesii. They're all hybrids. None of them are like pure anything. I mean, these guys over here, I've got, I think they're some from New Zealand, so I think they're pretty pure Pacanois. And these are definitely some pretty pure scops here. Lots of Bridgesii here. Eating something. That is Jean's cross Dawson's short spine to Terscheckii, so a bit of a bridge cross to Terscheckii. This one I bought off a guy. I can't exactly remember his name, but bought off of Facebook. Chilo Andacala, I think that's the location where this was taken from. And I'm very interested in this one as it gets older because of these spines down there. They kind of look like devil horns. And they even wiggle a little bit down further, like, or about right there. See how it has a curve at the top? They look like devil horns. So it'd be cool to try and breed this with something else that has something similar to that and try and get these very pronounced devil horns. And I think that'd be a very nice characteristic to have. This guy actually looks pretty similar to the one I was just showing, but I bought this one as a no label, so, but it actually looks very similar. Obviously not in as good condition as the other one, but it's getting there now that I've gotten it. So we got this lot here, and I'm kind of torn between whether I want them in the ground where all my other nicer ones, or just in ground somewhere else. So all of them are, I'm going to keep them, they're going in ground, but I'm not too sure, because I'm going to have one section that's like my favorites and all the best. Maybe I will have to do this one. This one is actually looking pretty good. Yeah, actually, yeah, I will put that one in with my favorite plantings. I'm not sure about that one. This one is only because it's a bit unique. I don't know why. I'm pretty attached to the way this looks, but it's not getting any better. Yeah, these are going the basically they either go in my keep collection or my sell collection, but they're all going in ground, and if someone wants to buy one at any point in its life, they can. I'll just dig it out of the ground. I don't want too many of the same thing. So for example, this one here is quite nice, but I already have something that's a bit similar to that and a little bit nicer looking, so I think why keep it? Because my end goal is to get some really cool genetics, but I don't need two of the same genetics unless I want to obviously make that similar genetic stronger. But even then, I'm pretty sure I'm keeping like 2 or 3 that are similar looking, because they're just so nice. See, this is a graft from Peru, Peruvian seed, and I quite like it. It's got very mean looking spines. Same as this one. This one I might get rid of, I'm not too sure yet. Yeah. Alright, let's get some interesting facts out, or just some of my personal choices and experiences. Now this had a bit of a fungal issue before. It's still slowly spreading. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to let it do its thing. This is quite a nice looker. Maybe in the future, if it gets worse, I'll feed it quite a bit of phosphoric acid. But for now, I'm not too worried or too bothered. Or maybe I'd just cut it off completely, graft it, get it back to this, because this is growing quite slow. So I could just cut off the nice bit, graft that, then eventually root it, and then I can have the same size, if not bigger, with no fungal infection. Actually, you know what? I probably will do that. What else? We got this graft that was Brugesii, and it's quite slow growing. It is starting to get a bit thicker, so that's interesting. We'll see how it goes. When I was moving, this was obviously next to one, and it was getting stabbed real badly. I have not done anything. I placed it here, and that's it. It's rained, it's been extreme heat, it's been humid, it's done all that. No infection whatsoever. Maybe not yet, maybe it'll come later, but it's done pretty well to heal over, which is the case with quite a lot. That's all healed. That's all healed. If something continuously gets fungal problems and you just cannot fix it, get rid of it. Try to fix it, but I just find it's a waste of time. That's nice. Not sure what that is. Sharks Blue Cross DSST. Okay, it's interesting. Two seedlings looking quite similar. Very nice looking. So I'm excited to see what they're going to look like. This one's a weird one. Just grows super skinny, 4 ribs, and super blue. Like, just such a weird combination. It was thicker, but yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 I think that was, unless I miscounted. It's a lot. Got some odd ones, some non-trichos. I don't really like growing them too much. I don't mind having a couple of them, but I really like trichos more. I find them a lot easier to grow. So a lot of these are from Peru, so I'm very excited to see what these are going to look like, and what the genetics are coming out like. So far, a lot of them are quite spiny. Now these seeds are seeds that came from Aina Chavez. A lot of people don't like him, but he gives me batches of seeds, and I do that whole batch, and I grafted that batch up, and they all came out spiny. But then other batches will give me ones with no spines, which makes me think that he's not, because a lot of people will say that all the seeds are the same and he just buys the seeds like whatever, they're not what they say they are. What's that one? See, this one is a Peruvian seed, Cerro La Lucasa or something like that. It's a Peruvian town name. And that does not look like anything of the others. Meaning it's just random seed, or he actually is getting them in the right areas. Because what I did is, all the names of the towns that he gave me, I've labelled them, and so they're all different. Not all of them, but some of them are different towns. And then if they're looking anything similar, well then you'll know they're not, they're just random seed. But if you can tell that all of these are going to grow up quite similar, but they look different to them and they look similar, well then, I mean, I can already sort of tell that they are looking legit, to be honest. So we'll find out the further along we go. Oh, I'm really liking this, not a cactus, but a euphorbia. They're very similar to cactus though, cacti. They are so cool. That's the thing I love about Trichocereus, is they're so like, not versatile, but they can have very many forms and different shapes, and you can have one with crazy long spines and one with no spines, and you can cross them, complete opposites, and so it's very malleable. The genetics of Trichocereus seem to vary quite a lot, whereas a lot of other species don't have as much variation and that much to cross with. And that's similar with euphorbia, so at some point maybe I get more into euphorbia, but they vary so greatly and can cross intergenetically as well. And we're only just finding out there's people that are crossing Trichocereus with completely other genuses too, which we didn't really think could happen for a while, and not many people are doing it. But that is going to open a whole new door into genetics of cactus. Alright, we are at the planted keeping patch. So this is all my own personal collection, and I probably won't sell it unless I change how I feel about them at any point. But these ones are like some of my favorites. I also have no clue what I'm doing. Like, I do, but I'm just winging this whole cactus thing. I don't know much science behind it, but I'm just doing the stuff that I get a good reaction out of for these cactus. And anything I say could easily be wrong. So, yeah. That one is TA07 cross TA08. TM01. Now, I had one cactus last week rot at the base. I think I put it in when it was a bit too young. We had a bunch of rain and it didn't like it. So, and this soil is like quite clay. It's good soil, but it just needs a little bit of work, so that it doesn't just stay so humid and wet in the soil. This is a Shark's cross Scopulicola. So yeah, I'm trying to look out for any more rotting cactus. If I end up getting maybe 3 out of all this lot, if I get 3 of them to rot, I'll probably have to do something drastic in terms of the soil. Like, I don't know, yeah. I might even have to pull them up and redo the soil if they're all rotting constantly. But so far it's just one, and hopefully it's just a one-off. But I know these guys, originate from Peru or places like Peru, and it's very wet there and humid, so they know how to deal with it. These guys are incredibly strong. This one I wasn't sure why I put it here. It is nice, but I don't know. I'll probably dig it out at some point. I don't mind its genetics to breed with something, but it doesn't do much for me. This is Peru John cross Dawson's Peru. We got this weird freak. This one is unidentified, not sure, didn't come with a label. Look at this big one, this tall guy. This is one of the tallest that I've planted so far. Tig cross Sharks Blue. New Zealand Scopulicola, open pollination. So about here is the growth it's had, all that since it being planted here. And it's nice. It's a nice green colour. It's healthy looking. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how they respond in this environment. I think this one was, yeah, no label, but it looks to be something blue crossed with a Scopulicola. I quite liked the blue because it's almost pretty much exactly a Scopulicola except for the blue look. A couple variations, like it's a bit, sorry the camera, a bit pointy there. But it'd be nice to cross that again with something really blue and then back with Scopulicola. Yeah, this one's alright. Sharks cross sausage. Maybe it'd be a bit nice when it gets bigger, I don't know, but this guy's not looking the best at the moment. He usually gets some bright orange spines on the top. You can see it's orange there, but usually it's got some nice ones on top. I don't know if a bird's landed on it or something. It's grown bald. And then that one, that's the one that rotted. Took that out. And I'm grafting that one at home. That was the HBO4 cross Trichocereus. It was a real nice one too. But I've grafted 4 of them up and trying to root what was left as well. This is a Dawson's, a PC Pacanoid cross Dawson's short spine Trichocereus. Some 4 headers. This thing is so impressive. It does everything. It crests, it melts, it's mutated, it terminates, it goes dicotyledon when it splits off into 2. It goes spineless. It has spines. It does some spineless crests, some with spines. It just, and then it also just grows normal, but then it chucks out some 4 headers as well. Oh my god, I didn't even see these ones over here either. That's technically 4 heads. Something about that look just gets you. But this guy is going to be something impressive when it's older. Very, very impressive. Sorry, that is a N1, I think that's nitrogen's 1, no, TPM cross N1. Sharks Blue cross Ivan. This is TPM cross Sharks Blue. Has it got any pups? It has been terminated for so long now. I cannot see any pups. It has gotten so thick, it is just juiced up. But it has nowhere, like it's just not pushing anything. No pups. And no pups on this side. That surprises me quite a lot. It's just been looking like a butthole for months now. That's all it is. But it's a nice one. This one is no ID. Looking quite nice. I planted all these by myself, by the way. And there are a lot more to go. Capel Pacanoi cross big ass Peru. Very interesting characteristic. I love it. Those extended V's. And occasionally getting a middle rib. Love it. This one unfortunately fell down. Half snapped. Still connected though. And I was kind of lazy. I wanted to cut it, but then I didn't want to have to deal with this, either selling it or rooting it. And I said, I'll just stake it up and it'll be alright. But it's leaning over quite a bit. Eventually I want to take this stake off, but I really should do it properly. Regardless, it looks stunning. And so this pup here has 5 ribs, and this one has 6. And there's a different look about it. They're both nice, but they just look slightly different with the extra rib, or 5 ribs. The 5 rib I like more than having the 6. I don't know what it is about it, but it looks nice. Got another, what is that, 6 ribbed pup down there, squeezing through. That is Rose 2 cross J3. We got this guy, which kind of frustrates me. He gets this middle rib, and I'm not sure if he's like serious about it. You know what I mean? Like, is he gonna keep it or is he not? This side has slightly lost it now. I mean, it's definitely lost it there. Whether it'll come back or not, I'm not too sure. Same as over there. But I love it. But I want to, I want to make it permanent. I've got pups going. They haven't got a middle rib, but usually that kind of stuff starts when they're a bit older. So I'm hoping these guys will do it as well. Or maybe I'll just have to cross this with something else that has a middle rib, and hopefully we get it. That's a big Plum Cross Psychonaut. I did plant the CSD. I kind of regret planting it now because I planted it after I found the other one had rotted. And so now I'm worried that this thing's gonna rot. I mean, it's moving a bit there. No. It's not rotting. That's what I'll tell myself for now until I get, another day or two and it actually does fall over. But no, I think it should do good. I'm risking it. Because once it's in ground, it just grows differently than potted. Having them potted, you can get quite a lot of growth out of them, especially fertilizing quite a lot and good positions. But when they're in, like, this is the best position it could ever be in. Maybe not when it's younger, but when it's older and established, it can handle those massive amounts of water, those massive heat waves. They just don't die when you get them old enough. As long as you look after them in terms of a bit of fertilizer and good soil. But oh, that right there, stunning. That real fresh growth is since it's been planted. So it's looking good. Collector's Corner, I think it's CC Cuscoensis, which I assume Collector's Corner, cross Dawson's Passacana. Pretty nice, pretty spiny, pretty thick. I think this is again, yeah, Sharks cross TPM. Bit different from all the other TPM sharks. This one seems to have very unique cresting. I mean, there's plenty of other people that have something like this, but I just feel like the majority of the crests are a bit different. This one really climbs. There's some tight cresting here, and there's a normal one, but I assume that will do this. It's starting to crest. It's a nice one. Again, one of my favourites. Peru Kimber cross E Ancestro. Oh, got a bunch of ants on there. I hope they're not farming some... Oh. They're coming out of there. Yeah, I hope they aren't farming some sort of pest. I'll have to keep an eye on that. St. Peter's cross Riverside, Peru, I think. Z Scopulocola across Dawson's short spine to Shekii. This is what I was talking about with that other fat green one. This one is fatter. It's cleaner looking, obviously, except for that dirt on there. But it's just a lot nicer looking than the other one. And for now, this one is a keeper. But my standards always rise. And the last one is HNBD. Hello Nasty's Big D. Not very big at the moment, but I am sure this thing will be an absolute looker once bigger and older. And that's about it.